So recently they just had the NFL draft, and the New England Patriots had drafted a kicker by the name of Justin Rohrwasser. Okay. So the guy's happy he got invited to the league. He's a part of the team. But former ESPN host Jemele Hill had noticed something about this guy. And actually she noticed his tattoo. So Jemele Hill decided to call this guy out on Twitter. And she wanted to know, why is it that a white supremacist could be allowed into the NFL, but Colin Kaepernick could not be allowed in the NFL anymore for him taking a knee? Now, they said the tattoo that he had basically is of the 3 percenters. Now, according to the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center, they call the 3 percenters an anti-government group. That's what they call them. They don't label them as a white supremacist group, but we're going to get to the part why she's saying he's a white supremacist. So members of the 3 percenters, and I did see them there, was at the Unite the Right Charlottesville rally, with all the things that happened there in Charlottesville back in 2017. Now, of course, that particular tattoo has 3 Roman numerals with stars around it. And their ideology is that 3% of the nation would defend, the country and all of that, so that it's just kind of like they have this. They can also have 1776 on that tattoo as well. So they say obviously it has something to do with, he said that he didn't want to represent, and when he looked back at it, he should have done more research before putting any mark on his body. He said he thought it meant that he was celebrating or honoring the military. That's what he said. He said he did this when he was a teenager. So he said he's going to cover the tattoo up. And they said that Jemele Hill sent the first tweet on his tattoo April 25th, then sent more messages the following day. Now, they said that for those, one person said, who keeping score at home, a white supremacist found a job in the NFL, but Colin Kaepernick isn't welcome. They said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but covering up your white supremacist tattoos doesn't really matter if you still think like a white supremacist. And Jemele Hill also shared a Twitter thread where Rohrwasser was supporting other right-wing personalities and racist organizations. I mean, I don't care about the personalities, but the racist organizations, that's the issue and the problem. Now, he since deleted his Twitter. Now, if it was just a tattoo, like he said, right? It was just a tattoo. He thought it was a military. Why would you delete your Twitter? Why? I mean, you say it was an honest mistake, right? But she caught you talking to white supremacist organizations. And that's why they said that you are a white supremacist. Now, they said discussions also broke out online after Hill sent a tweet. Many found that Rohrwasser's claim that he didn't know the tattoo meant was ridiculous. There were people also who criticized Hill for calling him out. Of course, anytime you call out racism, you're always going to be criticized by those who are racist. Understand that. If a person criticizes you for calling out racism, there's one or two people. If they're, part of that group that the white supremacists saying that, well, you already know what they own. If they mad about you calling it out. If it's a black person saying, why are you always calling out racism? Well, you already know what they are. They are shucking and jiving, sell out, bootlicking. You already know. So after all of that, another person said, let's put up a poll. They said, how many of us accidentally got a white supremacist tattoo in the last 2 years? They said 0, nobody. They said, oh, weird. So, of course, they said his former teammates said that they defended him over the tattoo, and they found one black person, to defend him on his team, which you always going to find one. Listen, anytime they have an incident and it's talking about some racism, it's always going to find some black person. They going to comb through every black person they can and say, ooh, he going to defend them. And you know what I'm saying? So when they find somebody black to defend them, please understand that's expected at this point when they do that. But, this guy is going into a league where most of the employees are African-American. That doesn't make sense to go into a league with that kind of tattoo and how people are going to look at you, in the league. Now, you may be able to get away with that with the New England Patriots, but the people on the opposite teams, they're going to be gunning for you. You better cover that tattoo up if you know it's good for you. And, you deleting the Twitter, you made yourself really guilty at that point. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with this guy, getting in the NFL. But he could be in there, but Colin Kaepernick, he can't be in at all.